The gameplay trailer of the Halo Infinite campaign has been the dominating discussion point in the gaming and especially the Xbox community. But there were a bunch of other news that got kinda buried in the Halo talk, and in today's video we are going to talk about some new features and services that are coming to Xbox. We will also talk about the latest revenue numbers of the Xbox division, we discuss a big Xbox game and how console owners can play it, and of course we talk about Halo and what 343 Industries published after the campaign trailer about the game. Hello gamers from around the world, this is Boxenberger, the video game enthusiast from Germany, with a video on multiple Xbox topics. And that's kind of new for me, because usually I do not cover multiple topics in one single video, but there is just so much going on in the world that is Xbox that I thought I'd do this kind of video format. And if you like that type of video, please let me know by liking and subscribing and maybe even turning on the notification bell. And make sure to set your player to 4K 60 FPS to get the best audiovisual experience I can deliver to you. Thank you guys. You are awesome, and now with no further ado, let's talk about a big change that is already available to Xbox Alpha insiders and will soon roll out to the general public. And I'm talking about the direct integration of Twitch into the Xbox dashboard. Back in the days when we still had Mixer as a direct competitor towards Twitch, this feature was implemented in the Xbox dashboard, but only for, of course, Mixer. Ever since Mixer was shut down by Microsoft, the streaming option for Xbox gamers were relatively limited. Even though you could stream directly from your console via the Twitch app, it was kind of inconvenient to open up the Twitch app, start the stream there, then change to your game, get your menu sorted and whatsoever. Now with this direct integration into the dashboard, it becomes significantly easier for gamers to stream their content to Twitch. Now I'm personally not a streamer, especially not to Twitch, but I know many gamers who love to do it, and this especially helps those out that just want to try if streaming is for them. Without such a convenient integration into the dashboard, it is always a certain hurdle to get a stream rolling, because nobody wants to invest into a proper capture card if you just want to try yourself out. So good for everyone who wants to start a career as a Twitch streamer, and I would love for Xbox to also bring that option to stream to other platforms, especially of course to YouTube, because as of today it is not possible to stream at all from your Xbox console directly to YouTube. Let's hope that we will see that in the future. But speaking of streaming, another service is now available on your Xbox consoles to stream, but in this case it's to actually stream a game. And I'm talking here of course about Geforce Now from Nvidia that is now available on Xbox consoles. Geforce Now is a direct competitor to xCloud, and by that I mean that with this service the games are not locally computed on your hardware anymore, but in a data center, in this case of Nvidia. The service was previously only available via PC and is now accessible through the Microsoft Edge browser on your Xbox console. This is quite an interesting move that Microsoft now enables a direct competitor to their own streaming service on the console. But hey, we shouldn't complain, because competition is always good, and in this case it is a very robust streaming service that is now available on your Xbox console. I didn't have the chance to check it out myself, but if any of you guys have tested it out, please let me know in the comments down below. This is quite interesting, because with this you will be able to access a ton of PC games on your Xbox console. There's only one minor restriction currently in place, and that's the game Death Stranding. It's so far the only game we know of that isn't available via the streaming service, but otherwise you will have access to PC games on your console, and since Xbox allows mouse and keyboard support, this should offer a lot of possibilities for gamers. And since we are at the topic of PC games, a big release from the Xbox first-party studio World's Edge is coming on October 28th, and I'm talking here of course about Age of Empires 4. This real-time strategy game is only available on PC, and I know I mostly focus here on console gaming on my channel, but this game is absolutely massive, coming from Xbox, and it is available via Xbox Gamepass. I was lucky enough to be provided with a review code, but that review code came in a little late, right after the embargo dropped, and so I can't make a full video review, but let me tell you that this game is absolutely fantastic. Over the last days since I've been playing it, I'm way too tired because I stay up way too late and can't stop playing the game. They somehow modernized the classic formula of Age of Empires, they implemented an incredibly well-narrated campaign, and overall the gameplay loop is just super addictive. So even if you are like me, mostly a console gamer, I highly recommend to give that game a chance, because for me this has rapidly become a runner-up in the Game of the Year discussion. And if your PC can't handle it, don't worry, there's always the option to play the game via xCloud and simply stream it to your PC or MacBook. But let's move on to another topic, and that is the latest numbers in revenue of the Xbox division. Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft, has revealed the latest quarterly earnings report, and he revealed that the total gaming revenue was up 16% compared to the first quarter of the previous fiscal year. The Xbox hardware revenue increased 166% year over year, which isn't really that surprising because, well, we had a launch of the new console generation, but the demand for the Xbox Series X and S hardware is at an all-time high, and we all know that basically every console they can manufacture right now is flying off the shelves, especially with the Series X. Microsoft also confirmed that the content and service revenue was up 2%, which doesn't seem to be much, but when you consider that last year the pandemic was at its all-time high and the demand for gaming and gaming content was higher than ever before, it is still a very good thing that they were at least able to increase the content revenue a little bit. And Satya Nadella also added, and I quote here now, "This holiday season will bring our biggest lineup of content and exclusive games ever, with 3 new AAA titles including Halo Infinite available via the Xbox Gamepass subscription service, which continues to offer the best value in gaming." So, we already talked about Age of Empires 4, Forza Horizon 5 is going to launch in November and is going to be awesome, and then we obviously get Halo coming in December, and that will drive up revenue and of course Game Pass subscriptions. But why should we gamers actually care about whether Microsoft has good numbers in their earnings report? Well, if the Xbox division is a healthy business, it will allow Microsoft to invest even more in the Xbox brand, and that's where we gamers participate a lot from, because it will mean more games coming to us, especially via Game Pass. But with that, I already want to lead into the last topic of this video, and that is obviously the biggest title coming this year, Halo Infinite. Earlier this week, 343 Industries showed off the first trailer of the Halo Infinite campaign, and I bet every one of you has seen it already. The campaign looks from a gameplay perspective absolutely fun to play, with an open world sandbox Halo that will allow us to do crazy stuff on the Halo Zeta ring, allowing for certain customizations and crazy gameplay loops. In addition to that, we have seen for the first time the revamped graphics, and as you can tell from a side-by-side comparison here, there has been a significant upgrade in the graphics department. Halo Infinite looks a lot better than its first showing in 2020, with a revamped lighting system, sharper textures, significantly more details in the world and in the character design, better animations and better physics, explosions and particle effects. And one day after the campaign trailer, they revealed a second trailer where one of the main villains, Escharon, was talking about how he plans to defeat the Master Chief, and that trailer was dark and gritty and actually gave me goosebumps, because we can expect a villain that is supposed to actually frighten the Master Chief. But you know what? And now this is only my speculation, I bet that we have only seen teasers of the first 2 or 3 hours of the game, and when we will play the story, we will see Atriox as a villain and probably the Flood return as well. But with that, I already want to wrap it up. Xbox is constantly in the news, and not just with the Halo talk, which by the way has not only me excited but the entire community. They constantly add new technologies, new features or services to the ecosystem. It kind of feels like it's never getting boring when you are invested in the Xbox world, maybe through things like the Twitch integration or awesome new PC games like Age of Empires, or new ways to play your games via streaming options. And the next couple of weeks are going to be insanely packed with game releases, headlined of course by Forza Horizon 5 and Halo Infinite. And of course the big 20th anniversary of Xbox is also coming up on November 15th. So there are exciting times ahead, but for now I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did so, please do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And if you want to support the channel even further, you can become a channel member and get early access to my videos as well as access to custom made badges and emojis. And let me thank everyone who supports this channel in any kind of way. You guys rock big time and make this channel to what it is. And now let me know in the comments down below, what do you say about the Twitch integration? Will you be picking up Age of Empires 4? And what are your thoughts on Halo Infinite? And if you want to strike up a conversation about gaming outside of YouTube, you can also hit me up on Twitter. But for now, thank you very much for watching, I see you the next time, and game on!